Rand Rising, Sparkly Holly here. I wanted to make a video and say hi, introduce myself a little bit, and here we go. So if you found my YouTube, that means you've funneled your way here somehow, and to which I say welcome and thank you, and go ahead and subscribe because I'm pretty cool and you should hang out. So I am a 40-year-old right now, as of today still, and I have 6 children. I have gone through 6 C-sections. I have my husband and best friend, and I have been together for almost 20 years now. Been married for 13, and it's funny, the amount of life experience that is packed into this 130 pounds is a little insane. So yeah, let's unpack some of that. What do you say? When I turned about, I don't know, 35 or so, 34, 35, I don't know, probably a little bit before that, honestly, but I was less aware of what was going on and the shifting and the molting that was beginning. So I started exploring topics that I didn't typically explore. I started just hoisting that freak flag just a little bit higher every day. Simple as that, okay? You all have one. It's all buried deep down in there somewhere. And some of you, your freak flag looks like, you know, cats and knitting and candles, and that's cool. Raise it. Do it. If that's what's in your heart, that's what needs to be on your flagpole every single day at the highest possible point. Okay? So when you start doing that, when you start digging into who you are and who you came here to be, you will unpack some things, uncover some things, unload some things, resolve some things. People will call this shadow work. People will call this airing out your dirty laundry, maybe. But I call it progress. And that's what Disney called it too. So you pick. There's like a song by Queen Herbie that just dropped in my head, especially with the Disney comment and Alice in Wonderland. She's got a song, and it's got a lyric about, like, you drink this or you eat this pie and you're gonna die. Like, if you keep eating the shit that they're funneling to you with all the promises of euphoria, it's not there. But she's like, if you smoke this weed, she's not wrong, y'all. She's not wrong. Mother Earth gives us exactly what we need when we need it. So be grateful for that. And when it's ready for you, it's ready for you. When you're ready for it, it's ready for you. All the good things. I personally was given my first gummy when I was probably 37, roughly 36 maybe. My father-in-law at the time had noticed that my back goes out a lot. At the time, it would go out like almost every other week, every week or so. Again, like I said, I have 6 kids. I've gone through 6 major abdominal surgeries to have all of them. I have been cut both directions, and my core strength at that time was non-existent. I was upwards of 220 pounds. I'm 5'8". My body was very stressed. And so it began with a very, very simple concept. And honest to God, I don't even know why it came to me or how I got onto it. But I started with the mantra that I would just say over and over again in my head, that my fat cells are shrinking. And I would repeat that over and over again in my head. I would repeat it out loud to myself. I would say it as I was going to the kitchen to get a cookie. My fat cells are shrinking. And then I would magically only take 1 cookie instead of 2. I just reprogrammed my brain, y'all. I figured out somewhere scientifically, like when you research the body and how it works, your fat cells never go away. Like, unless you're having lipo done, They ain't going away on their own. And even then, you're just making the other ones in the other areas of your body poke out more. But that's another conversation. So the fat cells, they never go away. So make friends with them, talk to them, tell them what to do. That's what I did. And it's what worked for me. In combination with, that's where I started, right? Baby steps. The next thing that I probably did after that was intermittent fasting. And at the time, I hadn't changed any of my diet, really. I hadn't, they had done nothing. I had done nothing. Okay? I was living, I was breathing, I was existing. I kept my children alive. But at that point, I don't think I had a gym membership. I don't think I had a, anything other than the desire to change. You got that? Then you can make a change. So I started with my fat cells are shrinking, and then I slipped into some intermittent fasting. My neighbor at the time, Shannon, had tipped me off on that, and I kind of followed her lead for a little bit, and then just intuitively learned to listen to my body. And from there, I will say intuitively eat, intuitively eat, intuitively eat. But that comes with time and awareness, and so I caution you on that. So take it with a grain of salt. Everybody's journey is their own. So I say blaze your trail. It's yours, not mine. So anyways, so my fat cells are shrinking, intermittent fasting. And if you're not familiar with intermittent fasting and what I did for it, I would basically wake up in the mornings and I would not eat breakfast. I would not eat lunch. I would wait until I would shoot for about 1 or 2 o'clock, and then I would have something good. At the time, I was eating eggs still, so I would eat some scrambled eggs, a piece of toast, and a banana. And that was pretty much my routine for a while. I would have that, and then I would go on about the rest of my day. I would have my dinner, snacks, whatever else throughout the day. But then I would stop by about bedtime, 7, 8-ish or so. I would try and stop eating. And then again, reset the next day. I wouldn't eat again until after lunch, basically. And I did that for a few months. I didn't follow it strictly. I was not counting calories. I was not writing anything down. I had too many kids and too many things going on to worry about anything else other than I just need to wait. I just need to wait. I don't need to eat breakfast first thing in the morning. My body can run on last night's meal a little bit longer. So after that was a couple months, like I said, 3 or 4 months of that probably. And then we get into the yoga mat time. We get into I've just got to put my feet on the mat, promise to myself. Some of you all have heard that story, and some of you know it and have talked to me in person about it and know my testimony per se. But I made a promise to myself. It was January of like 2021 or 22, maybe 23. I don't know. Guys, time is an illusion, I'll tell you that. Time is an illusion. But I, a couple years ago, set the promise to myself, I've got to put my feet on my yoga mat every single day, no matter what. I don't necessarily have to work out. I don't necessarily have to do some crazy yoga pose. I don't have to be there for 55 minutes. But I did have to show up every single day. So again, baby steps. My fat cells are shrinking. Intermittent fasting. Now I'm putting my feet on the mat. Okay. It meant 11:58 at night and I hadn't put my feet on the mat. It meant I had to get out of bed and put my feet on the mat. You have to reach that level of savage promise keeping to yourself. So do that. And that took a while, because there's days where that's very hard to do. And there's days when life just happens and you can't get on the mat, and you're traveling, or you're sick, or you're this, or you're that, or blah, 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 blah. And on those days, you give yourself grace and gratitude for the body that will get you there the next day. Gratitude. Gratitude is what came next. Gratitude, because when you start moving all of your body parts and emotional baggage, oh my gosh, you're going to want to find things to be grateful for and things to focus on that make you happy instead of things that held you down. You don't want to focus on that weight. You don't want to focus on that bad relationship. You don't want to focus on that shitty ass job that you can't fucking stand. Don't focus on it. Don't say another word about it. Silence. Mom's the word. We're reprogramming. Remember I said my fat cells are shrinking? I didn't tell those bitches to get fatter because I didn't like how fat they were. I told them to get smaller. I told them to start shrinking. I realized they could never go away, but I could manage them. I could control that narrative. I could control how I created my temple. I did the temple maintenance, y'all. You do the temple maintenance by reprogramming your mind, by putting your body, your physical vessel on your mat every single day, and by raising that freak flag in your heart and doing what makes your heart happy, okay? That's what's really going to motivate you to get you up and going, okay? You might want to lose the weight. You might want to ditch the ex. You might want to, all of the different things. But until you are willing to put your feet on the mat, I can't help you. But if you are willing to put your feet on the mat, I want to help you. I want to help you. Now, my help looks kind of different. So I tell you all of that story just to remind you of it, basically, to let you know. I'm the Sparkly Holly. I have 6 kids. I've gone through 6 C-sections. I'm married. I'm a hot wife. I am a swinger of almost 8 years. I have gone from 220 plus pounds to, I'm averaging around 130 right now. I don't really step on the scale anymore. Honestly, I walk a lot every day, and I move my body, and I drink a lot of water, and I drink and eat a lot of fruit, fresh fruit, lots of smoothies, and all of the yummy things. And I do what makes my heart happy, and I ground, and I listen to my intuition. So if you're ready to do some of those things, if something that I shared speaks to you, send me a message. Just have a conversation. Just say, hey, what about this? Or I like that. Tell me more. Whatever it may be, whatever you think you need, I want you to find it for yourself. When you find my posts, when you find our content, a lot of times our phrasing will say, create a life you don't need a vacation from. That's our Nothing Ordinary. It's our RV brand. We sold our house in 2022. We sold our 3,000 square foot house and moved into a 5th wheel with our 6 children. And at the time, I think we had 2 or 3 cats. It's Chris and I and our 5 younger children, and we now have 2 cats. So we are still doing this RV traveling life, still loving it, still nothing ordinary, still homeschooling our babies. I still wrote a curriculum for them because I didn't like anything else that was out there, and that I really genuinely wanted to raise amazing human beings from home, because I believe that humanity starts at home, and a lot of our factory schooling issues can be solved by closing the doors and opening the doors of our hearts. And yeah, so I did the work. I made the curriculum. I'm putting it into play. I've put it onto my Patreon. That's what I'm actually going to be working on today, actually scheduling the rest of October out. So if you are a homeschool person or curious or need a change or whatever, come check me out on Patreon too, okay? So I created Flow for Families, a Sparkly Way. It is a really easy baseline for homeschooling. My kids, I set it up for ages roughly 5 to 12, approximately. And it's aimed to be done about 3 days a week. It's not meant to bog you down. It's not meant to consume your entire day. It is meant to help your family find flow, rhythm, and life together. And that's a beautiful thing. So I highly encourage that. In addition to that, right, because when you start chiseling away and you start doing the temple work, you start uncovering all of your mansions, and you start working on building your empire, I guess. Seems kind of weird, but here we are. So I created the Sparkly Holly Hive and Honey, and that was like a screen print digital concept that came to me, that I was like, I just need a business that somebody can run from their phone from anywhere with no product, no overhead, but still deliver a good product, still, be creative and fun and marketable. So I started making t-shirts online through like Spring Tea or like Printify, stuff like that. And those are still available. Those are still like, that designs are there. They're still like nuts about fall t-shirts and leggings and stuff and caps and just cute little fun things that I designed along the way. And my thought and my, premise behind that at the time when I created that business, that Sparkly Holly's Hive and Honey with those screen print ideas and stuff, that was literally at the time when my husband had met a woman who desperately needed out of her marriage. She was physically abused, mentally abused, just not okay, controlled, and it's not cute. It's not cute. Gentlemen, if you're controlling your ladies, you ain't cute. Step aside. So my heart, because I understood and I saw the situation and I see the mountain that she looked at and I saw how impossible it felt to her. And I said, okay, if you're going back, that's fine. Go back. It is what it is. We all have our path. I wish you well, and I know that you will be supported. When you choose to make a change for yourself, you will always be supported. It's that simple. And that's what birthed Hive and Honey. So if you're looking for a way to get out, if you're looking for a way to create a business, I can help you with that. I can show you how I did mine. It's very simple. We just start with a conversation, like I said. So that was Hive and Honey, and that's where I say sparkle on, right? It's crystal wearables. I love my crystal bracelets. I'm wearing them constantly. I only have one on this end today. But sparkle on, okay? We are divine creatures having a physical experience. Keep radiating joy and enjoy your life. Okay? That's awesome, right? It's a beautiful life. So, Nothing Ordinary, we created Nothing Ordinary RVing, and so if you need help moving your RV or renovating your RV, that's Chris's domain. All right, if you want to travel and homeschool your babies, I got you. Set you up on Patreon. I'm dropping lessons there 3 days a week. Copy work, ASL, physical yoga body movements, storytelling. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I promise you this. It's good. It's good, and it's really, really, really affordable right now. Super, super affordable. I think I have monthly memberships for $3 a month and $5 a month right now. Or if you just want to buy the curriculum outright, you can buy the curriculum outright. It's $20 per month if you want the full month all at once, or it's $200 if you want the full year of curriculum. So your choice. If you want to talk about it, let me know. If you want to preview it, let me know. And then one more kicker, because if you got here at the final row, it said Blaze Your Trail. I'm also Babe Bella Blaze, alter ego here, showing you that it's okay to be spicy. It's okay to be sassy. It's okay to have some soul and be sexy too. It can be sensual, and we can have a purpose too. So yeah, thanks for subscribing to my OnlyFans and supporting our efforts to help our nonprofit, which is Hear, Embrace, Love, and Point. It's domestic life restructuring. So when we hear a need, we meet it. When we hear a need, we meet it and we embrace them just as they are. When we hear a need, we embrace them just as they are, and we love them through any and all of it. And we recognize, after we've heard that call, and we embrace that situation, and we love them point blank. We're pointing them to the way. We're pointing them to the light. We're pointing them in a way that will ground them for the future, for the highest and best. And that ties into my next part. This just keeps growing, like I said, empire. But it just grows a little bit further to our Be Floridian initiative. And that is my initiative to put orange trees, citrus trees, plants back in the grounds of our Florida farms. And specifically of the Florida farms that open their gates or open their farmlands for domestic life restructuring. Because sometimes domestic life restructuring means leaving one place and going to a new place, and leaving one situation and trying a new situation. And I had this vision a long time ago that it would be farms. It would be farms that I could work with that would recognize that, yeah, they needed an extra set of hands in their nursery or in their garden. And yep, I've got a lady that needs a place and she's got an RV already, and here we can get her set up. And if you can provide her, some electricity, we can get her set up, and it's a mutually beneficial situation at that point. And then I wanted to take it a step further with my OnlyFans funds, so they're going straight to that help. So that's where that money goes, and any money left over from that is going to be putting trees in the ground. So I'm very happy to report we've already put our first tree in the ground. Yay, yay, yay. Little tangerine, Satsuma tangerine, I believe is what it was. And so the goal in the heart there is that be cultivated with love, and that family have food, real food, fresh food from their land, and for many years to come. So hopefully it solves a lot of problems, and that's the goal. So that's why I say, create a life you don't need a vacation from, sparkle on, and blaze your trail. Take care, guys. Be Floridian with us.